Hello everyone, welcome to Synthesis IAS Academy where the blend of ideas do take place. And about me, I am Sandeep Bhushan Tumala and my credentials are I have 10 years of teaching experience for civil services. I teach international relations, internal security and the analysis of the Hindu newspaper along with the in-depth analysis of editorials and articles. And this session will definitely help you to crack prelims and mains examinations because throughout my session I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases which will be very useful for you in regards to the preliminary examination point of view and also in regards to the mains point of view. So therefore, by emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases are the key element in regards to your success. So do emphasize on the keywords and the key phrases and do try to inculcate these keywords and the key phrases in your answers, that is in the mains examinations. Thereby you will score higher marks even in the mains examinations. And once you inculcate these keywords and key phrases in your answers, so that your answers in the mains examinations would certainly be precise and concise. And once your answers are precise and concise, no doubt you will score higher marks. So definitely my session will definitely help you to clear prelims as well as mains examination for 2020 as well as 2021. And the topic for the day is recovery slows and IIP shrinks. So we will focus at the way the recovery, economic recovery is slowing down, contracting or shrinking, and thereby the effect is on the IIP, Index of Industrial Production. So we will focus on that. And today's news talks about that the IIP shrinks to 10.4 percentage. So the factory output which has been projected, that it has come up with the report saying that it has contracted to 10.4 percentage. So it is in negative 10.4 percentage in the month of July 2020, and this is an year on year comparison in regards to the index of industrial production. So this is released by Center. So IIP, which has been released by Center on September 11 2020, has made it very clear the output of this is in the minus, that is in negative, that is contracting. In regards to the July 2020, it is minus 10.4 percentage. And if you focus that which is the one which is really shrinking, is that the mining sector and the manufacturing have shrunk to 13 percentage and 11 percentage respectively. That means mining is minus 13 percentage and manufacturing is minus 11 percentage. So this is the one which is the output which is being shown in the index of industrial production. And if you look at the electricity generation, which has recovered, no doubt it has recovered, but still it is in the contraction, that is in the minus 2.5 percentage. So even though it has improved, even though it has recovered from earlier contraction, but the contraction now is in the minus 2.5 percentage. So the mining, manufacturing and electricity are the one which are major in regards to the index of industrial production. And if you look at the other side, is that is the manufacturing of the pharmaceuticals have shown a growth of 22 percentage. Along with the pharmaceuticals, it is the tobacco products which has also shown a growth of 6.1 percentage. And these are the only two sectors which have been in positive territory or positive growth in the July 2020 in regards to the factory outputs. So pharmaceuticals is in the plus, it is in the positive, that is the growth, and then the other one which is in the positive is the tobacco products. So definitely the mining, manufacturing, electricity generation are in the contraction mode, and the manufacturing of pharmaceuticals and tobacco products is in the positive territory. And if you look at the sharp recovery, definitely we have seen right from March onwards, because of the national lockdown or because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, there was damage to the economic activity. As there was damage to the economic activity, the recovery has been sharply declined, and definitely we have seen once it has been declined in the month of March and April, we have seen a sharp recovery in the month, or we have witnessed in the month of May and June. But now it is becoming somewhat flattish. So as it has increased from the month of May, if we consider, and from the month of June, but later on after July, August, September, now it has become a flat, and this is the concern. The sharp recovery which has been taken up in the month of May and June has been now flat. It is now flat. It is not recovering. It is not an uptrend. It is not an uptrend, and this is what the economic recovery is not moving in a upward trend. That is why the contraction of the index of industrial production is in regards to the minus 10.4 percentage. And definitely the ministry has come up, has pointed out that a large number of industrial establishments during the month of March, because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation and then the damage to the economic activity, were not operating, and because they were not operating, the economic recovery has been slowed down. But later on, because of the unlock situation, because of the unlock by the government, yes, there was definitely an industrial activity or economic activity which has been taken up in a gradual manner, and thereby the recovery was resuming. Recovery, that is economic recovery, was resuming, and many of the economists feel that the recovery is slowing now after June month, after the month of June. Now July, August, definitely the recovery is slowing, and that is why it is heading towards, our economic recovery is sluggish, it is shrinking, it is contracting. And in regards to July contraction, it is definitely, if you look at the July contraction, it is definitely better. It is definitely better. Why? Because we have seen in the month of April, the contraction was 57 percentage, and if you look at the month of June, yes, it was increased to 15.7 percentage. So definitely there is a better prospects in regards to the IIP, which was earlier minus 57 percentage. If you look at earlier, it was 57 percentage plunge, decline or bearish, so that now later on in the month of June, it was a mild improvement with 15.7 percentage, and now we see that there is a possibility of still further improving in regards to the IIP, that is minus 10.4 percentage. And now we will look at, for you all as a civil servant aspirant, in regards to the preliminary examination point of view, and also in regards to the mains perspective of the UPSC examination, we have to focus on the index of industrial production. No doubt the news for today was that the index of industrial production has shrunk and the recovery is slowing down. But we need to understand the conceptual point of the index of industrial production. So we will focus that for the benefit of you all, that is for the civil servant aspirant. So index of industrial production, or IIP, is an index which shows the growth rates. So this shows the growth rate in regards to various industry groups of the economy. So this is the index which shows the growth rates of various or different industry groups of the economy, which would be focusing for a stipulated period of time. So it is trying to project the growth rates as an index, and IIP index is computed and published by whom? Because this is again very important information for prelims point of view. So IIP index is computed and published by Central Statistical Organization on a monthly basis. Central Statistical Organization, CSO, and the CSO which computes and publish the IIP index operates under which ministry is the again important for prelims point of view. So it operates under Ministry of Statistics, and program implementation. And this has been operating, that is CSO has been operating under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation since 1950. And IIP is a key economic indicator. So the foremost important one is that it is an economic indicator which projects the growth rates in a stipulated period of time, and it is computed and published by CSO, that is Central Statistical Organization, on a monthly basis, and it operates under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and it is a key economic indicator of the manufacturing sector of the economy. And now we will focus about IIP is classified under what. So this is again important for the prelims as well as for you in regards to the conceptual while you are writing a short note in the mains. So you can add this. So IIP is classified under two sectors, that is broad sectors and use based sectors. So we will look at which constitutes the broad sectors. The broad sectors of IIP are mining, manufacturing and electricity. So that is what we have discussed at the IIP strings, that is mining, manufacturing, electricity. No doubt electricity production is in a better way, which is just minus 2.5%, because as the economic activity has definitely taken a kickstart and a business revival is taking place. So there is a demand in electricity in the factories and the organizations. So definitely now the electricity is definitely having a positive trend, but still it contracts. So the broad sectors of IIP is mining, manufacturing and electricity, and it is also classified under the second sector, that is use based sectors. So these are basic goods, capital goods and intermediate goods. So please do concentrate for prelims point of view in regards to the UPSC examination. And we will now focus at the significance of the IIP. So definitely we need to focus what is the significance of IIP. So it is a measure on the physical volume of production. So it is on the production. So it definitely measures the volume of production of the various sectors, as we discussed about the broad sectors and the use based sectors. And it is also used by the government agencies like Ministry of Finance, Reserve Bank of India. Why it is used by the government agencies? For instance, like Ministry of Finance and Reserve Bank of India, it is used for policy making process. Look at it, how important it is, and that is why it is important also for mains examinations. For mains UPSC perspective point of view, you need to focus on the significance of the IIP, because many of the government agencies like Ministry of Finance and Reserve Bank of India also uses this data in regards to the policy making process, and IIP remains extremely relevant. It is certainly relevant. Why? Because it is relevant because it is used for the calculation of quarterly and GDP, that is advanced GDP estimates, So it is very much relevant because for the calculations of quarterly and a GDP estimates. And we will look at the base years, and this is again important for your conceptual and prelims point of view, because the base year of IIP is now the 2011 and 12 when we talk about or measuring the physical volume of the production or taking it as an economic indicator. So it considers the base year, IIP base year is now 2011 and 12, which was earlier 2004 and 5, and it was changed from 2004 to 2012 in the year 2017. Please do consider this. It was the base year for IIP was earlier 2004-5, but it was changed to 2011 and 12 in the year 2017. And we will also look at the earlier base years, that is the first time the IIP or Index of Industrial Production has come into existence in India. Prior to our independence was in the year 1937, later on 1946, and then 1951, 1956, 1960, 70, 80, 81, 93, 94 and 2004, and now the base year is 2011, 2012. So this is as important for prelims as well as mains for UPSC perspective point of view. And now we will look at the IIP index component. So we will focus on the components which are part of the index of industrial productions, because now we are focusing here the 8 core sectors, and this is, that is the core sectors, 8 core sectors are very useful for you in regards to the prelims point of view, because there would be certainly a prospective or one question in regards to the core industries or core sectors in the preliminary examinations. It could be in regards to the way the weightage, they could be asking about the weightage of amongst the core sectors, weightage among the core sectors, or which among the following core sectors has been in the positive trend, even during the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So for that you need to understand which are the core sectors. So there are 8 core sectors: electricity, crude oil, coal, cement, steel, refinery products, natural gas and fertilizers. I repeat once again the 8 core sectors for your benefit. It is electricity, crude oil, coal, cement, steel, refinery products, natural gas and fertilizers. And these 8 core industries compromises or constitutes to 40.27% of the total weight which are included in the index of industrial production. So in the index of industrial production you have these 8 core industries which constitutes to the 40.27%, and these industries do have a major impact on the economic activity and industrial activity. So their impact are on the economic activity and also on the industrial activity. So look at it, the impact it has. So therefore the government of India focuses mainly or takes up various measures so that these 8 core industries would add value to the GDP, so that the economy of the nation also surges. So that is why it has a major impact. It has a major impact on economic activities and also on the industrial activities. And now we will look at the weightage, and this is what is also very much useful for you in regards to the preliminary examination point of view and a better conceptual understanding. And coal production, if you look at, the weightage is 10.3% out of the entire 100, and crude oil production is, the weightage is 8.98%, and natural gas production is 6.88%. Petroleum refinery production weightage is 28.04. So this is the highest one, the weightage, petroleum refinery production. And then fertilizers production 2.63%, steel production which constitutes 17.92 weightage, and then cement production which constitutes the weightage of 5.37%, and the electricity generation is 19.85. So after the refinery, petroleum refinery production, the weightage is the electricity generation, and after the electricity generation it is the steel production which is of 17.92%, and after that you have the weightage of the coal production, and after that next followed by crude oil production which is 8.98%, and then after or else followed by the natural gas which is 6.88%, followed by again later on the cement production, and then the fertilizer production. So if you look at all these, you need to understand the weightage which is part of the core industries again within. So this is an better point of view wherein you need to focus from macro level and macro level and micro level strategy has to be taken into consideration for this topic is in regards to the economy point of view, which will be very useful for prelims as well as mains examinations So I hope this session was very informative, knowledgeable one, and certainly it will be useful for you because you will certainly have an edge over the others in regards to the prelims and mains examination, because we are focused on the IIP, the economic recovery which has slowed down, and the various sectors, the contraction, and then also the IIP we have looked at the basic information, significance and all that, and the core sectors. So definitely it will be an useful one, hoping so. And then thank you and good luck. And then before you sign off, do like the video, share the video and subscribe the Synthesis IAS Academy, that is blend of ideas where it takes place. So do not forget to subscribe the Synthesis IAS Academy, because I would be coming up daily with a new topic which will be very useful from UPSC perspective point of view. Thank you, and then see you tomorrow again with a new topic. Thank you very much.